So I've been trying to cut down on my use of plastic. I, like probably millions of you gardeners out there, are becoming increasingly sort of worried about our use of plastic in all the different, whether it's in the garden or in the kitchen, and I'm, just trying to cut down as much as is possible. And that's not always easy, because everything we get in the garden, all of our plants seem to be some sort of black plastic. And the problem with that black plastic is it's not recyclable. Apparently a lot of the recycling machines can't pick up the black, so they basically just ditch it before it goes into the recycling process, so they're no good. So I'm trying to cut down, and I've been potting up some cosmos today, and I was thinking I might as well show you the different ways I'm trying to use to cut down on plastic. So you got your bog standard new sort of recycled cardboard type pots, and they're good in themselves. They dry out quite quickly, so you always got to make sure your plant is well watered. But they'll break down as long as you make sure that they're wet when you put them in the ground. They'll break down nice and easy, and the roots will grow through. Same with these coir pots. I've got some beans in here, I think, maybe beans of some sort. Anyway, but they're supposed to break down, biodegradable. I'm a bit worried that they feel quite tough. I've not used these before, so I'd be a bit worried that the plants wouldn't be able to get through. So again, I'd make sure these are well wet. Here's a novel way that I'm using. So I've got the old picture cylinder, some cardboard picture cylinder. It was about that big. I thought, I can use that. So I cut it up into bits. And what I've done is use the old stuffing from a plant delivery that I had. And then I have, here's one I made earlier. Then I just covered it up with newspaper, bundled it up, stick it in the bottom, get it nice and tight, fill it up with earth, and there you go. Job's a good one. And the good thing is, as well, as you can see there, that when you stick it in one of these containers, fill it with water, it sort of sucks up that moisture, and it keeps your plant all the way nice and damp, or the soil nice and damp, without having to wet the plant all the time, which is always a problem when you get in some sort of fungal infections on your plants on the inside where they're not getting the wind all the time. Anyway, so I like that one. It's a good one, but obviously you've got to be able to get hold of the picture cylinders. Yogurt pots, why use it once and then chuck it away? These are good sturdy pots. I quite like that. Just make sure you drill some holes in the bottom. Same with your margarine tin. Use that. Here's another thing, the old clementine box, partial to a clementine or two, me. So you get these boxes. All I've done, they've got the big holes in the bottom. I've just put some newspaper on the bottom, filled it up, and there's a nice little seed bed for my cosmos here. So pleased with that. There's your usual toilet rolls. I've grown quite a few sweet peas this year in this lot, and so that's always good. They sometimes fall apart, but for the time that they're in there, the nice sweet peas and beans like a nice long root run, don't they? So that's always good. What else have I got? I'm also partial to a salted peanut, and I've used these tins to keep the seeds in. That's always good. But I've also used them, drilled some holes in the bottom and used them as little plant pots as well. And I think, here we are. So I don't know whether these had mushrooms in or tomatoes or something or another, but Mrs F is going to stick it in the old recycling, but it's black plastic and it's not recyclable. Well, that's the impression I'm getting anyway. So it's a sturdy piece of kit as well. So drill some holes in the bottom, another little seed bed. Why not? So there's a couple of 2 or 3 or 4 ways that I'm trying to use to cut down on the plastic as much as is possible. It's not always possible, but let's do our little bit, without I'm trying to be as organic as possible and try to reuse stuff as much as possible. I'm not preaching, I'm just giving you some ideas. If you like this video, please click like, and if first time here and you want to see some more, click subscribe wherever I've put it. And any comments, what sort of containers are you using that you're using instead of your plastic pots, or how are you trying to cut down on the plastic waste? I'll be really interested to hear your comments, as any comments you have on any of my videos be most appreciated. Feedback is definitely most appreciated. My name's The Optimistic Gardener. See you later.